So I'm going to talk about the Pro Strategic Initiative number 1, which is to improve constructability of concrete structures. And I will talk about the constructability blueprint during this presentation. I have one single published copy that I'd like to pass around the room, make everybody have a chance to see it, and I'll just start that now. I'll talk about it more as I get through the presentation, but just thought I'd share that while we talk. So during my section, I'm the chair of Initiative number 1, the task group on constructability, and to focus on improving design with constructability in mind. We'll talk about what's constructability, how it improves productivity, talk about the paths to improve constructability. We'll talk about the blueprint, the first section, the newly released section, the upcoming sections, and other pro resources. So why is constructability important, and what is it? Pro defines constructability as the effective integration of construction knowledge into the planning and design of a project to optimize its construction, cost, schedule, and maximize value to the owner. And if anything that Carrie showed in regards to the graphs and the cost index of construction is that owners today put a lot of pressures on contractors to increase their value, and productivity in concrete is one of those barriers. According to the Construction Industry Task Force, and I won't go into details, it's available at the CII Institute, their study said for every dollar spent on constructability concepts and design collaboration, as Carrie talked about, there's a 10-to-1 return for the investment in that process. So we're an advocate of investing in contractor-designer collaboration. So often people ask me, well, what is productivity gain? And productivity gain is capitalizing on construction personnel, their skills, the materials, the equipment that are available. And as Carrie recently suggested in regards to a parking structure design, oftentimes those are designed that don't capitalize on those characteristics that contractors make available. We defined productivity as lowering construction costs, earlier construction completion, fewer RFIs, fewer change orders, and reduced stakeholder conflict. So productivity isn't, in our definition, purely just labor. It's a number of these other characteristics as well. And we truly believe to improve productivity, you're going to see impact on all of those. In the constructability blueprint, we include research that has previously been presented, articles that have written. In the constructability blueprint, it's loaded in its digital format, links to a variety of studies, articles, papers, research provided. This is one, and quite frankly, this was published a few years back, 1986 as a matter of fact, but it truly describes the impact that, or the timing of the impact in a project to reduce cost is very early. The potential is early, truly in the conceptual planning stage. So Pro promotes early design collaboration between contractors and designers to be able to leverage those characteristics that we previously talked about. The further the design collaboration, the contractor involvement with the designer is delayed, the opportunities are lost over time. So paths to improve constructability. As I just suggested, seek early stakeholders with proven constructability skills. Optimize construction labor and time versus material and design. And so often during the design process, the designer and the software programs tend to emphasize a reduction of material, often at the expense of construction labor or time. The designer-contractor collaboration is key. Leverage the contractor knowledge, and as shown in the previous graph, do it early. Reward innovative concepts. Too often I hear both the designer and the contractor talk about innovative ideas, solutions, concepts, materials, a construction equipment that can't be leveraged, and in an innovative fashion. Pro believes that not only should they be leveraged, they should be rewarded. And as Carrie mentioned earlier about conflict, a path to constructability is to maximize stakeholder communication and trust. Easily said than done. And when we have players in our industry hidden in their silos in a defensive posture with one another. This is a very busy slide, but I think there's tremendous evaluation. This was done in a study 20 years ago. It's in the Constructability Blueprint. Feel free to access it and study it. But quite frankly, it shows two delivery processes. One that is in orange. This is a design, bid, build delivery process. In green, for some reason green means good, I suppose, is a collaborative design construct process. It illustrates the disparity in owner value over a period of time. Now, sure, in the design build, which is pretty interesting, there's an uptick in value at the bid stage when the owner garners some value out of a competitive bid environment. But if you look at the graph from the study that was done, the value is, from that process is lost and deteriorates over the period of the project, generally from costly change orders that are adversarially dealt with. So a lot of information packed on this slide. Is very powerful, and it encourages what Pro is suggesting here is a trusting stakeholder, contractor, designer collaboration, and providing value to owners in that process. So this is a designer's path to improve constructability. If there is no design collaboration, now what do we do? If the owner is driven by design, bid, build concepts, what do we do? And my suggestion is leverage industry relationships that you've built over the years. You know, call your ready-mix supplier. You know, call your concrete contractor. Call your reinforcing specialist. You know, leverage their expertise, and they're generally open to that. Invite them to your projects. The next thing you can really do is complete and garner coordinated construction documents. If the construction documents are complete and coordinated, you will have tremendous gain in productivity. And in the Constructability Blueprint, it talks about a recent study that ASCC did of all their concrete contractors, and 75% of them cited poor drawings, lack of coordination, incomplete as a major barrier of construction productivity and construction in concrete. So that's the very least you can do. Tap industry associations for constructability resources. Nearly every association understands the need for constructability, from ASCC to CRSI to PTI, National Ready Mix Concrete Association. Tap industry resources when you don't have the access to collaborate with a contractor. And of course, leverage the constructability blueprint. The first section that was released last spring from Pro was several chapters on the value of design collaboration. It's included in the document I passed around. There's a table of contents. Quite frankly, it should be a reference guide for owners that need the understanding of the value of collaboration, need to defend it so that they can justify not having a design bid build process. It's there. This constructability blueprint's on the Pro website. Download it. It's best used in digital format. There's embedded links to all the resource documents that are in it. Use your PDF search engine if you have a topic that you seek to learn more about. Access it that fashion. Here is the next 7 chapters that were released this week, with some specifics on, as Carrie mentioned earlier, some formwork specifics, reinforcing specifics. This constructability blueprint's got a great bit of detail there, specifically designed for designers and owners, but I think anyone could benefit, include contractors. There are 8 more chapters in development that should be released right about the first of the year, and there's additional material that will be released the first of next year or early next year. What I suggest to you is when you go to the Pro website, download your copy. While you're there, subscribe. There's a tab to subscribe. When you subscribe, you'll get a notification of every future release of Pro documents or material so that you know when the newest information is available. You can come get it. We're fortunate at Pro that members that fund and sponsor this effort have decided to provide all Pro documents and information free of charge to the industry and make it available. So there is no charge, there's no paywall, there's no barrier. Download it, copy it, print it, share it. But the advantage is not in the printed form, the advantage is in the digital form. Here are the chapters that will be released or on the first of the year that will address a number of topics that has yet to be available. And here's the website, concreteproductivity.org. You've heard me talk about subscribe and the free download. We hope that the constructability blueprint becomes a single source of constructability resources. We've linked many of the other associations and their documents. We've linked articles that have been published in Structure Magazine, Concrete International, and the like. Due to the fact that it's in a digital format, we envision this to continuously expand and evolve. And in the process of your access or utilization, when you see voids that ought to be addressed in future updates, please send them to us.